We OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy on the channel. We cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What's up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We are live from the Ordinal Hour, and this one is going to be absolutely insane, guys, because we got Bitcoin about to rip. It feels like we are about to go to Valhalla. It feels like we are about to see the numbers we've never seen before. It's going to happen, guys. It's only a matter of time. That could be any second. We've never had a situation like this, especially in the last 4 years, where the president can say something at any second. The U.S. can say something at any second, and we could absolutely fly. We could absolutely start taking off. News could pop up at any second, and you need to be ready. You need to be ready with your assets. You need to be ready with your portfolio, and you need to be ready for exactly what's about to happen. And we are excited, guys. We hope you are too. The news is just insane today. Insane. There's just so much, and we're going to break that all down for you here, so stick with us. And without further ado, I'm bringing my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
What's up, man? Are you bullish with me right now? I'm ready to go, bro. We're still at 104. I just feel that 108 energy. I feel that 110 energy right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling a little back and forth, a little bipolar is what Bitcoin seems like it's doing. It's jumping around crazy, right? Yesterday was a pretty decent day, so I think a little bit of a pullback today. We're at 103.8, but everybody's expecting there to be this big leg up, including myself, to finish out the month. So we shall see if that happens. Yeah, I'm feeling okay. Kind of rebalanced today. Yeah. Yesterday I was a little bit more bullish, but again, we got about 8 days left in this month, and so I think those 8 days, at least half of them are going to be really bullish. So,
100%. Let's kind of get into it today. Bitcoin's current cycle shows strong similarities to 2015 and 2018. So I got this really cool chart here. We've never had anything like we've seen before, right? And then kind of so we are here, but we're on track here, right? This one right here is the red one right there. It's 2011 to 2015, and these are the other ones. You kind of just push, and then boom, right? So, Slammer, we're about to pop.
Yeah, where are we at?
Looks like we're right here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No. If you look at the key up there, the legend, it actually is the black color.
Gotcha, the black one. Okay.
Okay.
So we're on base with
about to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's confusing. I don't know why that stopped there.
Yeah, no, because they were just showing, I guess, from the oldest to the
Gotcha.
up to date, and so we are the black line there,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was a little worried here.
I was too for a second. I was like, "What's going on?" But I misunderstood the chart. That's the Genesis. Oh, that's the Genesis. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, we're on pace, and as you can see here, we pumped. You see here, we pumped, and I think we're about to see the same thing. So I'm definitely looking forward to. But our biggest months were potentially January. It looks like could be the peak here, according to this. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, so the way this was worded was all just kind of weird with their key up there, right? 2015 to 18. I was like, what is that? But if you think about it, it's kind of like the pre-halving to the post, like 2 years post-halving from 2015 to 18. So that okay, I see what they're saying. They're saying basically where we are right now, though, is there could be that dip, that's coming right now, and then we come back up. So I don't know, if we get that little bump up yet, because you can see, look where the black line ends. You see where the black line ends?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we didn't get that little pump double M right there. We actually got a reversal from that, right?
Yeah.
So it could be an inverse situation, which in my opinion would be really good, meaning that we would pump here if it is kind of inverse of the blue line. You know what I'm saying? So because the blue line next step would be go down, but black line opposite of that would be go up. So I don't know. We haven't had that January like hardcore pump. We did get to 108, but people were expecting 120 or higher. So maybe that's coming next.
Yeah, and a lot of people were saying we're really following the 2017 cycle, right? And if that's the case, we might not see the end of this until January. So I mean, it's up only from here.
Yeah.
So
the good news is, the trend does change from the blue line too. Like even though it went down, it was like a slow trend up. So even if we go up, might be a tiny correction and then slow trend up because look, we're due in terms of everything outside of Bitcoin. Right.
100%. Yeah, man. Plan B actually came out today and said bull market, Bitcoin bull market to continues. And he put out this chart here and pretty much the same thing. As you can see, we're in the red for the bull market. It's solid, but I don't know if we're gonna run out of time here before we hit these numbers up here. But it only looks like a couple more dots. See, we might have an insane couple more dots, like insanity. So
yeah, we haven't had the crazy blow off the top insanity yet, guys, and that's what we're all kind of waiting for, right? So I think when people are down and out and fearful, which I feel like half of this, like maybe half to 3/4 of the space is like that, but with like this nervous like anticipation of something great is maybe when it happens, because like you want it to happen, it's not happening, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's never gonna happen. Bam, it happens. That's typically how it happens.
Well, we are 3 days into a regime of where the president has crypto and not just Bitcoin, right? We are in a regime now. We're in a different time. We're in a different period now. Like I feel like everything just switched, and we're only 3 days in to the switch, right? That's what I feel like. And dude, I'm waiting. And maybe it's the coffee. I don't know, but I feel like, dude, I think today you could see just one little announcement, one strategic reserve announcement, and Valhalla. We could see Valhalla, but what does that do to the altcoins? Do they bleed out into Bitcoin? I mean, we've seen that many times, but this time feels different.
Well, the whole Trump meme coin and the Doge meme coin, I don't know what the number of days in between when Doge pumped really hard, with the number of X's back in 2021. But it was no longer than I think a week or a week and a half. And then like the alt markets really took off. So, the 20th or the 19th is when that meme coin launched. So, maybe we have another, week and a half, and then maybe things happen, right? Like February is a bullish month typically in the post-halving year for alts. So I don't know.
Yeah, man.
We'll see if
it was definitely bullish last year for sure, 100%. So Silk Road founder Ross Ulbricht seen out of prison following pardon from Trump. So yesterday I went and watched the documentary on Ross, right? So what I've read from that book, Digital Gold, wasn't, so what I'm saying is basically so he originally made Silk Road not for drugs, but it was originally for books and just different things. He was making basically a decentralized eBay, but then people took advantage of that and started doing the drugs and stuff, which he was okay with, though, you know. So that's where that kind of is. But I definitely want to retract my statement on him yesterday. He's not a complete scumbag. But you know what he did was, you know, when he tried to hire people to, you know, take out people and then said thank you when he was told that that person was taken out. That kind of, that's all true. So it's just one of those things where, you know, I'm kind of glad he's out now. You know, he's really looked at as like somebody who pushed Bitcoin a little further, but could have also halted it as well. So
Yeah, and I think he also understands that. Like, did you listen to the phone call that he had in 2021 with Bitcoin Magazine, to where he
No.
was just basically called from jail and was like, you know, that wasn't the original intention, like you said.
Yeah.
And he's like, he goes, you know, yes, I wanted to be innovative and really push the space forward by having this e-commerce platform. And, you know, he's like, maybe I stuck to the values of Bitcoin too much, you know, by saying,
Yeah.
hey, everything's decentralized in that aspect. But he was like, but for the part that I think probably held us back, I'm very sorry for that, you know. So I think he's definitely remorseful for those
Yeah.
kind of things and getting caught up. And he was 26 years old, and so now obviously, you know, I'm sure that he's grateful. He probably doesn't really care about the Bitcoin that was taken from him. Now, I think when you get your time taken away from you, right, like you quickly
Yeah.
realize that, like, you can always make more money, but you can't make more time, you know. And so we'll see. I'm glad he's out too. I think the sentencing was too much, but that's just my
Yeah.
personal opinion, and I understand people from the other side too.
100%. Like, he should never been 2 life terms and 40 years. Like, that's insane. Like,
I
that's
think
like,
it's just stupid to do like the 2 life
yeah,
terms and then like 40 years. Like, what's the
40
point
years
of
on
that?
top of that.
What's the point of that? You got
They were obviously trying to prove a point. They said, if
yeah.
you do this shit with Bitcoin, you're gonna go to jail for a long time. That's all that was. He was an example. He's made an example of, for sure. But 26 years old, I mean, I had my first kid at 26, right? So it's like, it's pretty, I don't know if that's young. I don't want to consider that young at all. So a massive list of crypto ETFs filing have been revealed, with many submitted since Gary Gensler resigned. So they were being submitted like Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. An insane amount of ETFs. We're talking hundreds of ETFs were filed in the last 4 to 5 days.
Yeah. Everybody's like, why not? Let's see what sticks. Let's see what gets through. You know,
Yeah.
I do think Hester Pierce and her team are not going to just push anything through, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Like the really risky stuff, but there'll probably be some stuff that does get through that you're a bit surprised on, just because, you know, maybe the market cap is like hits the standard of what they want to push through, and you know, there's no like shady business, you know, behind the scenes. They'll probably prioritize made in the USA tokens, those kind of things, right? So but this is bullish, I think, for the overall space, because now TradFi gets to pour in a bit more into you know, the space, and people can take those profits and, you know, pour into different new innovative emerging projects as well.
100%. And I pulled up the wrong chart of Plan B. This is the chart I was trying to pull up earlier. I just couldn't find it, but this is basically where we're at. You know, in the curve here, this curve has us hitting, you know, between 5 and 700K. If we pop above, which we've done every single time, we're going to reach that 700K number, my target. Do you think that's still possible? Do you think us getting, you know, we're kind of leaving the area a little bit, and we have never done that. Well, I guess we did it over here. So potentially we could come back in quickly here.
Yeah, I was looking at that last cycle. I don't think we ever went below, but the previous, you know, 2000, was it 18? Or sorry,
Yeah.
no. So it was 2016, 17. We kind of went below it as well. And if you
Yeah.
look at 2013 and 12, it was below it as well. So 2021 was really an anomaly year, I feel like,
Yeah.
because it just goes to show you how inflated like every market was in terms of monetary value markets, right? Asset
Yep.
markets, like not just crypto, but everything. But crypto definitely was, because it never even went below that threshold. So we're kind of back on track of the previous normal kind of cycles, and it seems like we're rhyming with that, right? So maybe expect something like that 2017, 18 type of period.
Ooh, dude, if we get the 2017, I mean, that means we're popping above 1 million, dude. Like,
We'll see.
that would be lovely. That'd be lovely. Circle, the issuer of USDC, enters tokenization (RWA) industry by acquiring Hashnote, a company specializing in tokenized real-world assets. What does this statement mean to you?
It means that the big boys are here and they really want RWA to be a reality, and people are going to start judging, people like us and people that are going to be in the space and that have the experience and stuff are going to probably start to sound a lot more like stock analysts in the future. This project has real world assets. This project has a, P&L of this, for 4 straight quarters in a row, those kind of things, because real world assets, tokenizing them has been a topic of conversation, but it was just a narrative that like not one big project people were pouring into and saying, oh, this is it, but I think that probably starts to come because people that are from TradFi, they want stuff like that much more than just simple staking for high APR, which to them is risky. So
yeah, 100%. And this is not a cheap deal. This is 1.3 billion. They paid for Hashnote here. Pretty insane. But is it me, or I feel like the billion stuff just seems like such a little money? It doesn't seem like it. When he used to say billion a few years ago, I was like, oh wow, it's a billion, and now it's like, we just gave it like 1.3 billion.
No, I think it's big money still. I look at it as
Yeah.
big money still because, like, one of the topics is Hermetica got closed a deal on 3 million of liquidity. That's small, not huge, but it's kind of big for our space, right?
Yeah.
So 1.6 billion is a lot, dude. But this is where I think there's a lot of people that are ground level that have been in the crypto space for the past 4 years, longer, whatever, that have ideas and great ideas for the crypto space, but they don't have the capital behind it. They don't have the presentation skills to get the capital. But then you have the big companies that have excess capitals for startups in TradFi, and what they'll do is now they see RWA and they're like, okay, now let's start tokenizing Pokemon cards. Let's start tokenizing, all these like monetary tangible assets, and then the game changes now. Right now we go back to the commodities markets in the stock market, but we have it now for our crypto space and more interesting and fun things for Gen Z. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to trade oil. They don't give a shit about oil. You know what I'm saying? But they will give a crap about like the Charizard, like refractor or the whatever they call it, right? So
100%. And it's the easier way to trade Jordans, right? You need the factory to guarantee that they're in good condition, right? Same thing with the cards. You need it to be a PSA 9 or 10 or something, and it comes in that way. But I'm sure you can do that with Jordans and stuff like that, right? Can you get them like graded?
Yeah. I mean, and obviously, like if Jordan's rookie card is 86 Flair, right? 86 Flair. I'm not sure how many PSA 10s exist, but back in the 80s, they would cut the cards like not perfect, very rare that would be perfect with no like like corners busted up and stuff like that. So if you do have a PSA 10, that's something that like that they'll probably, these RWA companies in the future might acquire from eBay or at a card shop, and then start tokenizing these very extremely rare collectibles, right? And you can go with sneakers, even all the way to sneakers, sneaker heads and stuff like that. Now I do think there's gonna be traditional stuff as well, but I think Gen Z wants that kind of cool stuff, because like how cool would that be to invest in crypto that way?
Yeah, and how cool would it be if some of these become ordinals, right? Inscribed in the Bitcoin. That would be even cooler if they're RWA in that sense. You have a Jordan rookie card on an ordinal, and there's only 10 of them. That'd be crazy. So, Trump coin. Finally, it was announced on Sunday that they were going to put on Coinbase, and as of last night, they're officially on Coinbase. It did pump once it did land there because people were waiting for it, but then it kind of took a little sideways dip. Now it's around 45 hours right now. What do you think? You still bullish on the Trump coin? Do you think? I'm actually pretty bearish on it right now.
I am bullish on it because Robinhood and Coinbase have listed it, and so because of those two, I do expect it to increase as the bull market comes along, right? And is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? I'm not sure. This is kind of a new thing. We're going into new territory when a president of the United States has a meme coin that's official, but I do expect it to go up. how it affects the rest of the markets. I do expect something similar to the Doge run up in 2021, but now we have Trump. So $44, is that cheap? Is that a good entry? I'm not getting in because I don't really care about that. I'd rather get in somewhere like with another coin that has really good entry. Let kind of these new people on board through Trump or whatever. And if things go, if Bitcoin goes to 300, 400, 500, 600,000, then the Trump coin will go up in value. So even the new onboarders from retail will do well, but eventually there's going to be a big pullback.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think, I don't want to get in something that's 30, 40 billion, especially in 90 days. There's an unlock, right? For me, I'm so bearish on this token to the point where I'm thinking about even shorting it and holding it like a nice short on it. But I don't know. I just think that so much money poured out of good projects and into the Trump coin that eventually they're going to get FOMO and want to get back into the projects that they left originally. So, but we'll see.
Yep.
So this was pretty big. 400 million Doge, $138 million worth was transferred to Binance in one single transactions. Rumor has it that people are thinking that this was a whale that woke up because the wallet wasn't touched, and it was an early miner that stopped mining in about 2019. But $400 million sent to Binance in one transaction. 400 million Doge sent to Binance in one transaction. What do you think?
Ooh, they're probably going to buy a lot of Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Yeah. What does that usually mean? It means that they're gonna off ramp some. I mean, 138 million is gonna be tough to off ramp, right? So maybe they're
You have
doing
to sell it
some.
in blotches.
Yeah,
Yeah, you would have to.
yeah, maybe their OTC program that they have or whatever. But like, I don't know what else they would utilize it for. Maybe to put as like a market maker. I don't know. I don't know really. You know, but initial thought for someone that's in the space is there's about to be a sell down with Doge,
Yeah.
right? So I'm sure it affected the price some.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Well, less than I thought it was, but not as much as I think. So, Circle mints 250 million USDC on Solana, bringing the total minting to 4.2 billion in just the last 22 days. So they've minted more USDC than really ever before since the beginning. So since they first started, in the last 22 days, pretty insane. I mean, this only tells me that people are either waiting for the next meme coin to pump, because Trump and Melania were put in liquidity pool, not with Solana, not with anything else, but with USDC. And they're kind of expecting it to continue, especially with people like, Cuban and stuff like that coming out and saying potentially they could have one as well. They're probably going to see a lot of meme coins coming.
Yeah, possibly. But also it allows people to go in and out of meme coins in between Solana, right? So you
Yeah.
don't have to go directly to Solana. You can kind of sit on the sidelines with your profits. How close is Circle with Coinbase? Are they part owner?
Brian Armstrong owns part of it. Yeah.
Okay. So, I thought about this too, maybe buying Solana and putting it, back on Coinbase to have available for withdrawals, because they ran into that issue. And, that was a bad thing that they went through. But like Coinbase gets a pass right now because they're just looked at as such a good advocate for the entire space right now. Brian Armstrong's constantly in DC talking to, the administration and all these things. So I think they got a pass for that, because there was people that were complaining for sure. I saw it on my timeline, but they probably got a pass, and now maybe they're going to utilize some of this USDC to buy Solana and then have it sent over to their exchange wallet.
Yeah, 100%. I seen it too. I seen, it was like 9 hours pending for a Solana withdrawal. And I was actually trying to get something on Solana the other night, and MEXC actually suspended the withdrawal of Solana. I actually had to withdraw as ETH, Base ETH, and then swap that for Solana to get the token that I was trying to get, which was Eliza. So even then, it's still, it was still hard, even with MEXC. So it wasn't just Coinbase. Moving to the next thing here. Ethereum core developer Eric Connor exits, citing Vitalik Buterin's leadership decisions and shifts focus to building AI tools. So, damn, dude, even developers are leaving and going to build AI tools. So, pretty crazy, pretty nuts. Is it the end for Ethereum?
No, it's not the end for Ethereum. There's too many people. The World Liberty coin or portfolio just bought like a ton of Ethereum. It's not the end for Ethereum, but this is not good. You know, it smells of toxicity right now. And then you know, Vitalik's responses and stuff sound very dictator-like in terms of I will be the final say until the board is created, and I don't think they like that very much, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was Eric Connor, but there was someone that was you know, had 140,000 followers that was involved with Ethereum pretty heavily, and he's like, I'm a free agent. He got removed the .eth, and then like all these like Ordinals and Runes people started trying to court him, and just like, come over to Runes, come over. So I said it too. I was just like, just come over here, man. But you know, there might be some migration actually, you know, in terms of Ethereum developers, because there are some that are not happy right now, and so they might migrate over to Bitcoin's ecosystem to try to be a part of this infrastructure build out and stuff like that. But I think with Ethereum, this is, you know, there's too much money that's involved with Ethereum right now from an institution standpoint for it to not you know, succeed. And so, you know, whether they got to deploy more and really push the price up or whatever they got to do, they're going to do it for this bull run. I truly believe that. But I think from a leadership standpoint, this is not good.
Yeah, I kind of think this is kind of good. I think Ethereum needs a shake up. Whatever they're doing right now isn't working. They need to bring in younger people, you know, smarter people, and because obviously whatever's happening right there, it's not good. It hasn't been good for at least the last year and a half. So it might be good for Vitalik to kind of shake things up a bit, bring in.
Well, what if
you know,
he's the
new
one
leadership.
what if he's the one that he's the one that's like driving? I could see him being behind going from proof of work to proof of stake for sure. You know,
Oh, yeah,
he's you know, and so that is something that they're getting a lot of backlash from, probably from their own developer community, saying, "Hey, you removed a big miner incentive, and now like that incentive is gone. You know, other than, you know, putting ETH in as, you know, validator and stuff like that. But like when you have a miner community behind the chain, they really support the foundation and stuff like that. And so I don't know, he could be a part of the big decisions, and so maybe he needs to be the change up, you know.
Yeah, we'll find out, right? If you know, if they don't succeed, but a lot of times too, it could be some people you depend on, right? They're not getting the job done. Maybe there's something in there. So Vitalik doesn't seem like a bad guy to me. He doesn't seem like that. He doesn't seem like that dictator that he's kind of being pointed at. I just feel like maybe he's depending on people. Maybe he needs to step forward and start pushing things out himself. Maybe he needs to, you know, a lot of times too, when CEOs they delegate stuff to a lot of people, it doesn't end up being the way it used to be, right? The company ends up not doing as well. And you've seen that with Apple until Steve Jobs came back and stuff like that. Maybe this is his Steve Jobs moment where he kind of takes control again. But you don't know. I don't know what's going on there. But I'm actually glad something happened. There's some type of shakeup because what is continuing. But you have to remember too, with the miners, they could have been dumping this whole time. You might have seen Ethereum down at like $1,000 because of the miners. You know, they're constantly earning and dumping. So who knows if that's the reason why the price has been steady as well. I mean, $3,000 for Ethereum, that's pretty good price. I mean, it's still 4 times bigger than Solana.
Dude, no, it's like underperformed big time, like compared to everything else.
Not,
you know,
continue with the cycle though. Like the cycle, it's pretty the same if you go by 4 years ago.
I mean,
you know?
what, like, so no, I don't agree with that. Like if you look at Cardano, if you look at XRP for sure, but that's kind of a push
There's
because
a reason,
of last cycle, right? Let's just say that Solana, right? Like it's not even. It's I think it's like 50-60% away from its all-time high. Like and you look at these other coins, and they're not doing that with the major blue chips, right? So but I do think that thrust up.
I mean, Cardano is still 30%. I mean, it's like 70% from its all-time high of $3.
What's
right?
its
So I
all-time
mean,
high? $3.
$3.
Yeah, I
All
guess
got
so.
Matic. It's
maybe it's on par
80%.
for that.
The only thing that's really going right now is AI, Solana, and that's really it, right? Like that's like
XRP.
so. Well, XRP again, it's an anomaly because of it was held down so badly last cycle. I just think that you can't really count Solana and XRP in that because of those two things. Solana is you know, I guess you could say it could be an argue though of, you know, it is performing excellent, right? People are loving it right now, but it's the chosen chain of a lot of people, and that could be, you know, but we'll see. But you have to remember too, Sony's building on Ethereum. Coinbase is building on Ethereum. All these banks, Deutsche Bank building on Ethereum. You're probably going to see. You don't really see anyone building on Solana, in the sense of building chains and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, that's true. There's not any L2s over there, and I think that's something that people are overlooking for sure. People are still building L2s over here, and they're not doing it over there. But yeah, I mean, one bit of good news is you're right too. It's only I think 34% down from its all-time high, and Cardano is I think about 50. So you're right about that. But Arkham reported like an hour ago that World Liberty Fi staked 10,000 ETH. So they're
that was yesterday.
Oh, that was yesterday. Okay, so top 0.1%. Staked ETH holder. So, I mean, that's probably a good sign of things to come, right? In terms of like things turning around for them. So.
Yeah, I'll put you the World Liberty Fi in there for you, but I'll show it right now as well. So this is it right here. It's their number one holding by far. I mean, you see with the staked ETH. Oh no, you're right, dude. They put more because yesterday this was like 10. You're right, 100%. They staked more ETH.
Yeah.
It came out of here though.
Yeah.
So they just stayed. So they took it out of their holding. It wasn't new ETH. So yeah, so they just took there and they staked it. Yeah, you're right though. It is a new investment. I love looking at their portfolio. I don't know why. It's like this is Donald Trump, baby. But but yeah, there's no Trump coin in here.
Probably in their personals. Oh yeah, I don't know.
Or that's how they're getting some of this stuff. They're selling that.
Yeah.
But let's move on here. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says it's clear we need to step up our game on Solana, scale our infrastructure, and provide a native support for common use cases like DEXs, meme coin trading. So he says it here. He came out with a statement. Brian Armstrong doesn't do this, right? This isn't something that he does. Comments on what had happened, but yeah, this kind of goes to our last couple little bit ago, where they're saying we need to do a better job.
Yeah. And I think he probably realizes that he didn't get as much slack as he probably should have for that, right? But but learn from it, right? And I think that's what they're hopefully doing here.
100%. This is huge, guys. Monstrous. So this is court lifts OFAC sanctions on Tornado Cash, making a major win for crypto privacy advocates. So this is something that was really bad. When it first came out about 2 years ago, Tornado Cash was shut down. If you use Tornado Cash and you had crypto that way, Ethereum for that, and you tried to send it to exchanges, they would flag it and send it back to you or force you to withdraw it. But now officially, you can't, like, you can make code up and it's just code. How can code be something? Yeah, people use it, but that's their problem, right? And that kind of goes back with the Ross thing as well, is like if you make something for privacy, but then it gets used for money laundering and all types of stuff, that's not your problem. You shouldn't be faced with with that type of stuff. But it looks here that the U.S. courts appeal for Fifth Circuit. So what does this exactly mean, do you think?
I think it's a win for the crypto space. It kind of goes back hand in hand to the previous way that we've done things, and I think that you made a correct statement this morning when we first started the show and said this is a new dawn almost, right? Like with a different administration for many things, even outside of crypto, in terms of regulation, like red tape, because that had to do with red tape with Tornado Cash. And intelligence agencies basically saying nope, nah, we're not letting this ride. And that ties into like taxation without representation, all these things, right? Like the way our system has worked for so long. And now it's kind of like, okay, so I still do believe, like, if there are illegal activities happening, that they should be investigated, obviously, and you should get in trouble for illegal activities. But I don't think you should take away the freedoms of being able to kind of use stuff like this. But that's just my 100%. Opinion.
Yeah, like there's like, just because I buy something off somebody, I don't want them to know exactly what I hold, right? So using something like privacy, especially with transactions to people in real life, I don't want no one in real life knowing how much I owe something, and I don't feel like sending it to another wallet and doing it that way. Using something like Tornado Cash, or even having that option to be able to turn that on for privacy reasons, in the back end, that would be nice as well. So crypto is awesome. It's transparent, but at the same time, it could lead to people getting greedy and wanting to do something to some money because they know what they have. So that's the only thing that it is what it is. But All right, let's get the next thing here. We kind of went over it a little bit, but Trump for Liberty Financial bought another $10 million of TRX. I'm sorry, 10 million TRX worth $2.6 million. Why is Trump so bullish on TRX here? Or why is the Trump organization so bullish on Tron?
Because Justin Sun is really smart in how he engaged with the Trump team and the family, and now he's reaping the rewards for it. Like, look, if there was ever one of the major top 100 market caps that needed some TLC with the branding, it's Tron.
Yeah.
And I think that's because of Justin Sun and the way he's kind of looked at in our space, right? As this guy that's probably doesn't care about people losing a lot of money and all that stuff, right? And so Brian Armstrong actually tries to stay away from him in that aspect because of reputation. Like Tron, you can't buy it on Coinbase. But I don't know. I think this is probably a smart marketing move this is a smart marketing move, in my opinion, PR move for Justin Sun to get into a more positive light, because the new administration's here. They're purchasing with their portfolio Tron in large amounts. It just looks good for him. Now, will he take advantage of this opportunity? I really hope so, because he could really change, the perception, at least for some people in our space, on him. And one of the people I think he should be working on is Brian Armstrong, right? Like, imagine if Tron was on Coinbase. Now, I don't think that happens, because you're gonna have to probably do a lot of convincing and stuff like that. But all in all, smart move by him, because it's working.
Yeah, 100% agree. Get in with the Trump organization, right? If you can, and potentially, become an American company. If you can bring it over here, invest $1 billion. For him to invest $1 billion, that's nothing. Invest $1 billion, you get the tax breaks and all that stuff that comes with that Trump has offered anybody who wants to put money into the U.S. Tron could do that. Tron could be legitimate. We could see Tron in a few years as top 5, top 6 crypto if he does something like that. So, but we'll see. And obviously that's the goal. But I remember, it was just a rumor. I don't know how true this was, but in 2021, there was apparently like somebody big in the Chinese government was trying to liquidate Justin Sun because apparently he slept with his wife or something. Did you hear about that?
I heard a similar story. I don't know the details, so I'm not going to speak on that part, but obviously it didn't work in terms of liquidating him.
It was close. They got him pretty close, though.
But for the stable token, right?
Yeah,
the Tron stable token.
Yeah, they tried to push that down hard, but yeah, I remember that. So I don't know how good of a person he is, but yeah, there's that. So, but let's get into today's fear and greed. Last Wednesday was a 70. Yesterday was a 76. Dude, I'm shocked by how high this number is. So that's my hint for you today.
81.
Not bullish
84.
enough.
Wow.
84. Is that shocking?
Yeah. I thought 81 was a bit high from 76, but where did we top out yesterday? We topped out at 10. What was that?
106.
10. No, I think we got to 107.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
very bullish last night.
Yep.
All right, let's get into that Bitcoin price action brought to you by BitPerp. BitPerp is going to be the leading leverage trading platform in the entire Bitcoin ecosystem. Guys, they're going to be looked at as something a lot bigger than just a leverage DEX. Talking to these guys gets us so bullish. They're going to be doing some crazy stuff, and BitPerp is just the beginning. Look out for a huge announcement. Don't know when it's going to be at this point. I love these guys, but they want to make sure stuff is perfect, and that's what they're doing with this announcement. But look out for the paper trading competition. It should start pretty much any day. So definitely go to BitPerp and have their notification put on, because you're not going to want to miss this. It pays to pay attention, and it does pay, to use BitPerp, especially when your only thing you're wasting is your time.
Yep, and I think you're going to be able to short Trump token once that comes out. Not financial advice, but the fact that you're going to be able to do that in the Bitcoin ecosystem should be pretty cool. All right, before we get into the Bitcoin price action on the YouTube side, smash that like for us, guys, and subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. On the X side, if you wouldn't mind, hit that like as well and share this space so we can educate and onboard as many people to the Bitcoin ecosystem as possible. But let's get into this Bitcoin price action here, starting with the hour chart. And today was a bit of a sell down. That's what it seems like. We're hanging around here right at 104. It's been kind of a hover today, a little back and forth from 105 1035 to 105, kind of back and forth. But the hour chart indicators, the leading indicators here on the MACD, shows that there's going to be some more sell down. But sell down in the current climate that we're in doesn't mean that Bitcoin goes down 10K. It might go down 5K though, but not 10K like we had in the summer of 2024. But so probably see just some back and forth today, in my opinion. Maybe we get down to like 102.5. I mean, it's been ranging from really challenging that $100,000 mark again. Yes, I think it was 2 days ago, but really defending it strongly, and then bouncing all the way back up to like 108, like we said. I do think that I'm gonna stay with my narrative of getting to that 115, 120 possibly by the end of this month, and then maybe see more of a stronger pullback after we reach that. And maybe the alts decide, hey, let's join the party. So the rest of today, we have been in overbought for a while. You can see here since last night at 11 p.m. Central, and we've just been hanging out here, right? So, probably getting pretty close to being primed to make another move up. So 103.5 to 105, 106 possibly today, ranging back and forth. I don't think there's going to be any big moves or anything unless there's a big executive order. And that's another thing that's been kind of moving the things. There's been like positive energy, Ross being released with his part, and talking, crypto executive orders supposedly getting across the desk today and stuff like that. So we shall see. Anything like that can really change the momentum. And 11 states now, by the way, guys, 11 states in the US right now have put in legislation for Bitcoin strategic reserve for their state, and that's just growing. So we shall see if it gets passed through. But the more states that do that, the more I believe it's going to influence the federal level. So look out for that. So the 4-hour chart, not looking the best. Looked like we wanted to come out of the sell pressure here, but turned right back around, and now it looks like we're heading back to oversold, which is that 20-point mark. So we're at 24, and it looks like we're probably going to end up passing that today. So maybe we do get a little bit more of a dump down. I don't see it getting below 100K, but if this continues, the 1-hour chart doesn't reverse, we could be trying to challenge that $100,000 mark again for the next 2 days. So that's what I'm seeing for Bitcoin price action. Nothing to freak out about, nothing to be super excited about yet. Like I said, an announcement of an executive order or, federal strategic reserve could really make this thing skyrocket. And one thing I'll say before I get off of this is I have noticed the alts that have struggled the past week have kind of really maintained a balance of, not really going down too much further. So that's a good sign in terms of the alt market. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for Bitcoin for today and the next couple of days.
Yeah, man. I don't think you're bullish enough, bro. I'm sorry. I got to point it out there. I just feel like you're a little on the bear side.
Really? I said that 115 to 120 by the end of this month.
Well, you did say we're going to touch 100 again. I don't want to touch 100.
No, I said challenge it. Yeah.
What does that mean for someone who's an idiot like me? What does that mean to challenge to come down and just touch it?
No, it means that like it looks like it's heading there, and then like it's being defended. You know what I mean? Okay. Like it's not getting past that threshold of like hitting 99.5 or anything like that, and that's what happened last time. It was really impressive because that was what we were looking for after the first time it crossed 100K. We were like, man, once you cross 100, that's such a big psychological, and then it's like, boom, it went right down back down to 96. We were like, what the heck? But now I do feel like there is more of a defense set up for that psychological barrier.
Well, that was a tough day too. I mean, the jobs number came out, and then out of nowhere they come out and they say we can dump all the Bitcoin we have, and it was like, oh wow, they're going to dump it before Trump gets in. That was a tough week to jump below there. But let's get into today's roll call. First is first on this show, guys. I'm making a list, checking it twice, and today I got Chief Axel as my number one guy. Shout out to you, Chief Axel. As you can see, it's your number 2. your second win of the year. And
Chief.
Mike's World was one. You came in day 3, and then this is your first win since day 3. So shout out to you, man. The 22nd. So guys, if you guys don't know, we're going to be doing this all year. It's going to be an entire year thing. And next January, whoever the winner is right now in number 1 is still Yasher with PJNZ in that number 2 spot. So as of right now, Yasher is winning, but whoever wins, we're going to have something nice for you guys. We're not sure what it is yet. We'll figure it out later in the year, but it's going to be something huge. I promise you it's going to be huge. So tune in for that. So shout out to Chief Axel today. Today is your day. You are number 1, my friend, always being here, and you're one of our mods too. Appreciate you. Another one of our mods, we got Tim Baker, AOD Art. Shout out to you, my friend. Webdro in that 3 spot. It says memes backed by sats never die. You do know that runes aren't backed by sats, though. So you must be talking about ordinals and tap tokens. But 100%, I agree. You can't kill like Ordi because it is backed by sats and stuff like that. But Dog isn't really. I am right on that, right? Dog isn't backed by sats.
Yeah, I mean, you're not inscribing runes. You're etching them, is what they said, but not into the runes are actually the data exist in the UTXO set. So it's different than BRC20s, which exist on the actual Satoshi.
100%. Yasher's hello, people. Shout out to you, my friend. Thank you for always being here, my guy. Lackey Lukey is here. Let's go, boys. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. He loves me and I love you. What is Billy Cat? Shout out to you, my friend. Danny Boy D Block. Shout out to you with your Nuki. Danny is a legend. PJNZ is here. Ordinals Tweets is here. Mempool Punk. No. What is Nuki? Shout out to you, my friend. Mats is here. Then we got our guy, Cheedy. What is up? What is up, man? Appreciate you being here. Nagi is here. Chota, Steamy J, Bitmap Capital. Zap is here. Shout out to you, my friend. Hi, all. Rick G says, long live Ordinal Revolution. Long live Rick G, man. It's that guy. Smash that like. Yes, please, guys. If you haven't done it yet, please smash that like. It'll help bring more people in here. Joko is here. ASAP. Benji's in the building. Hello. Ord Rev fam. Hello. Or ASAP. Appreciate you, my friend. Myself says, I look forward to the privacy coin narrative someday. Yes, that's gonna be a good one. Malam Yuri says, I like that Shizzy likes to invest in good people above all other talents. Yes, I mean, I don't invest in projects. I invest in people. And that's why I think that's why I don't like meme coins, because there's no people to invest in. Besides
that makes sense,
of course. But
so
and then Danny says, Yagobi, God is making me fast from Twitter, so I'm being patient, not having an account. I think I was spending too much time on it, bro. I spend like 13 hours a day on this thing.
Yeah. I wanted to actually comment on this. First of all, thank you for telling us about that, because like I'll say one thing, man, and I know there might not be believers out there, but I'm a believer. And one thing I'll say is that if you have that conviction in you, man, listen to it, because that's what I do. And so, hopefully you come out of this, learning what you expect to learn from this, whatever God's trying to tell you. But appreciate you sharing that for sure.
Yeah, man, 100%. Danny says, huge in his Trump voice. I Walk Alone says, sliding into the last minute smash. Thank you so much, I Walk Alone, always being here, guys. I really appreciate you guys just sliding in through with a comment. That really helps the algo, and it really helps us, and we really appreciate it. Sixes with a hump day. Shout out to you, my friend. And UTXOs are limited as well, though. You can't transact without them. So UTXOs aren't unlimited. I mean,
no, he says they're limited.
But you can make as many as you need, right? Like I can make 100 right now. They're just going to cost me.
Well, I don't know, honestly, the answer to that. But I know that you have a limited amount in your wallet, right?
Well, if I take my runes and I separate them 100 ways and create 100 UTXOs, So Kai Effect is here. Awesome stuff. Shout out to you, Kai Effect, man, coming in here. Love you, my friend. You are awesome. Yeah, man. And that is today's roll call. Appreciate every single one of you guys who make it. We got some ordinal stuff here. What happened to the first thing here is a white paper for on-chain generative music was just published to Bitcoin by Bunsey, Halfbanger, and Skrilla Venture. We know these guys are friends, and they've been friends for a long time. Let me bring this up, this white paper, and there it is right there from Ord.io. I'm curious of your opinion on this. What do you think about so we saw Jeroen come out with books, and now it looks like we have Halfbanger and these guys coming out with a music type of protocol. It's called BeatBlocks. What do you think about this?
I think they are the exact perfect team to do this. So we've interviewed Bunzi and Hathbanger. And what's the other guy's name? Skrilla Venture. I think he.
Yeah.
I know him. I think from his art. I think he does he holds a bunch of old rare Pepes or something like that, right? But in terms of the generative music, man, yeah, like Hathbanger was a DJ that traveled. Like he's talented, and Bunzi too, actually. And I think that's how they met. So it's kind of fitting for them to release this. I'm excited for it, man. I want to check it out. I want to see what platform they build for this, and allow artists to really create generative music through this. So
yeah, this would be cool. I mean, I was like messing around creating some stuff. I used the music protocol on virtuals. And I needed some AI like generative stuff, but this would be awesome if like they can do this on chain. I don't like, how do you think they're gonna go about that? I haven't read the white paper. I will spend some time with it later. But how do you think they go about doing this? You just inscribe it to Bitcoin and then you can play it kind of like with
I think they're gonna have like some sort of AI type of thing that generates like music based off of your parameters and your prompt.
Gotcha.
And then once it's created, you just inscribe it, right? So it'll be on Bitcoin forever. That's just a speculation. I need to dive into it too, but that's like thinking from a logical perspective of like how things work in our space. That would be that's the first thing my mind goes to.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. We definitely so Bunty's going to be joining us probably for an episode of Emblem Hour every Friday, so we can probably when he comes on for that, we can probably get some details with that as well, so tune in for that. I don't know if that's going to be this week or next week with Bunty, but probably be within the next couple weeks. But the next news here is Bank of Nakamoto dollar tokenomics update. This is monstrous if you are a holder of this, because it pumped like 150%. I was wondering what was going on, but they came out and they said, here you go. We just burned 15 trillion, or is that billion? That's trillion. Or 75% of the total supply. New tokenomics, public mint 25%, season 1 25%, foundation 25%, ecosystem 25%. So this is huge, and this is like a full print of what's going on here. So foundation still gets 25% of it. So pretty nuts. That's a lot of tokens. 75% of supply. I mean, I love that.
Yeah. This is needed probably because they're, in my opinion, from a branding perspective, PR, they're probably getting passed by Hermetica, and I'm very interested in Bound, which I think we're gonna have Scott maybe on tomorrow for Arch Thursdays as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, so there's that's one thing too, guys. Like again, I'm gonna try to walk you guys off the ledge and say, yes, our space has been down in terms of users and activity, but there are multiple stable tokens that are building here. And this is not a slight at Cardano, but Cardano's been building for a very long time, and they still don't have a solid stable token there, right? So I think they get one soon, though, because I've seen Charles talk about, they're working on that right now. But the fact that we have that, and one's going to be coming to Arch, and they're both runes, by the way. The other is starting on Stacks, but it's a rune that was created and it's on Stacks now. And I believe they'll probably come to Arch as well. Arch to me is a big player right now because they have multiple dexes, 3 that are trying to launch there, and then they have 2 stable tokens, probably another one coming as well. So I mean, we've seen these environments and ecosystems build out, but not like how Arch is trying to set up for. I don't know. Do you think that makes sense or no?
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I think that Arch has an opportunity to really save our ecosystem, not in a sense of like of creating amazing stuff, but just bring excitement back. And having stable coins will bring excitement, especially to people who all they want to do is just go to Bitcoin, into stablecoin, and then back to Bitcoin. Right? There's a lot of people like that. What that's going to do is it's going to bring a lot of liquidity, and those people might actually want to earn on that, right? They might say, hey, instead of selling my Bitcoin, why don't I just putting it in an LP pair? And if the price goes up, I DCA out, and if the price goes down, I DCA in. That's exactly what I want to do. So you might see a lot of maxis taking advantage of these stable coins in the sense of, I don't need to do anything. I trust this because I can read the smart contract. You know what I mean? So I trust what's going on in the LP pool because I know the only way money gets taken out is if Bitcoin goes up or Bitcoin goes down, stablecoin goes up. If the Bitcoin goes down, it's the same thing. So you're always kind of staying even in the LP pool. So LP pools for Bitcoiners could be absolutely insane, especially if you're earning 7, 10, 15, 25%. I mean, it could be pretty crazy, especially when you're onboarding in that sense, when there's Dex is launching now with 600% APY for big coins. And you potentially could see that because you could be earning, let's just say, the tokens coin as well when you're using the stable coin. So I mean, I think big things are coming, especially with Arch, especially with stable coins. It's massive.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't think we're gonna see like those crazy APRs, which I think is good actually for the Bitcoin people that want to put their Bitcoin to work for them. I think we see something maybe high for them would be like 30% or something, right? And which is fine though. Like if you're you won't get that from a traditional bank, right? So if you can do it in a decentralized way, to where like on Arch you're putting your Bitcoin to work for you and you're earning, then I think that's something that they possibly would do, right? Because it's almost going back to, in traditional world finance or whatever, whenever people take Bitcoin loans, you don't want to sell your Bitcoin, you just want to borrow against it. And you're going to be able to do that a lot, right? In this type of environment. So
I think we do see insane APYs only because the dexes have new tokens. Arch has a new token. Arch could potentially give up, hey, we're going to give 10% of our tokens for people that use it. So what's a better place to do it than earn it through an APY liquidity? You add liquidity, you're going to get rewarded in Arch. We're going to give you 300%, right? You might, and then Saturn comes in and like, we're also going to give 300%. Boom, they got 600% APY for putting liquidity in the early days. This is early days. It's not going to be forever. But in the very early days, you might see stuff like 600, 800% APY.
Yeah, but you're not going to see anything like the crazy days, like when we would see 100,000% for the first 6
you
hours.
Probably will though on like a
so.
meme coin and like something insane, right? Where the guys can jack it out. It's a complete Ponzi. You know what I mean? But you potentially could see some stuff like that on a new token. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I'd be looking out for that stuff. I'm excited. I'm excited for DeFi again, especially on Bitcoin for sure. Speaking of stablecoins, Hermetica. This is an article from Coinbase, CoinDesk, guys. Developers of Bitcoin-based stablecoin USDH completed a deal to bring around $3 million in liquidity to the token by Jamie Crowley CD. So this is an article on CoinDesk. You found this, Yagobi, but how bullish is this? Especially, I mean, this is normies reading about Hermetica.
Yeah, I think it's really bullish, right? And I think that like once liquidity does come over and starts flowing through our ecosystem, I do think like the tribalism will kind of get broken down a bit. Like Stacks will work with probably Merlin somehow with like bridging and some of these other L2s like Fractal. They'll be like, hey, look, we're different technology stacks, but with this new way of doing like these TEE environments, the way of like decentralization through sharding or whatever, I do think that like, we will have more of a full-on ecosystem of liquidity flowing in from Stacks to Layer 1 to Merlin to Bob to Arch, all these like flows of a true Bitcoin ecosystem. Because in that case, like then your liquidity works together. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what you want. You want your liquidity to work together.
100%. Is this the official account?
It is. It is, man.
Massive.
Shout out to Billion Dollar Cat.
Shout out to you, my friend. Let's kind of move on here. So this is kind of the last thing here. The wallet this wallet just bought $10 million of dog today, currently holding $49 million. So there's some whales right now that are coming in and they're buying tons of dog and stuff like that. So especially on the news we had, over the weekend that ended up being old news. We debunked that yesterday on yesterday's show, but it doesn't mean the whales aren't buying. And it gave people a reason to come back in and start buying runes again. At I mean, you've seen Billion Dollar Cat, for instance, go up like 50% in one day. It was absolutely insane. But I mean, that was over old news about 3 of them are being looked at for the futures, and everyone saw it as future Binance listings, but it was futures Binance listing, and that's been old news. That's been over a month and a half already. So, but what do you think about this?
I think it shows that there's whales that are still, accumulating. So $49 million equates to, I think, like $288,000 USD, right? So, I mean, definitely a whale, especially for that coin. But I try to think about situations, right? And I'm like, okay, Runes it has like this community push. We know that Leonidas has been really in charge. Billion Dollar Cat's building like almost like an IP brand, which I truly think turns into a strong IP brand. Pups, that whole community is nuts, right? They're crazy. But it's like there hasn't been any like major centralized exchanges listing them except for OKX and RSIC, right? And I almost get to the point to where I'm thinking, I come to this conclusion, I've come to it a couple times now, is like, are the Binances and the Coinbases like, okay, we're keeping that card in our pocket, for once, like, the liquidity is officially here. Because when liquidity is officially here, meme season does come back once things are going absolutely nuts, right? But people that hate memes like yourself are okay with it because other parts of there's so much liquidity that other parts of the space are running too at the same time. So you can kind of focus on that without paying attention to this. You get what I'm saying? And so I think that could be like when they're like, okay, we're going to list Runes now, because it makes the most sense for centralized exchanges to list Runes in the most bullish environment, because the narrative of Bitcoin meme coins, they can push that with like Coinbase and Binance and stuff like that. But if they list them whenever there isn't liquidity flowing everywhere and there's not liquidity pools on chain, then the people that are holding like on Magic Eden and it's a slow environment, what are they going to do? They're going to send to Coinbase and sell right then. You get what I'm saying? So there is strategy, I do think, behind this. And it is a good thing that there's liquidity pools being set on Stacks, on Arch, on I don't know if Merlin they have Dog Go to the Moon, but like these other environments, it's good that there's liquidity pools set there. But there needs to be a main huge liquidity pool, and I think that will happen later on, maybe with Arch or whoever decides to develop that solution that everybody jumps on board with.
Yeah, there's two things here. So the main reason why Dog isn't listed on exchanges yet, especially the top ones. I mean, it is on some, but not on Kraken and stuff like that. It's because of the fees, right? The exchanges make money from fees. If there's not a lot of on-chain volume happening, why the hell would Binance list it, right? If there's not a lot of interest, because I mean, to them, like, we know a lot of people that are trying to get listed on Binance. Why would Binance use a spot up for something they're not going to make a lot of money on? I mean, it's just business, right? It's nothing to do with Runes, nothing like that. But, especially when things are trading, things like, for instance, like the stuff on virtuals, for instance, right? You have stuff trading with the volumes of like $30 million a day, right? Especially in the sense of some of them. But then over here, you have, you don't have much at all. So I think
I would actually disagree with that. I think it's the opposite with Dog, at least. Because if you look at Dog's daily,
may see 100K, bro.
Well, hold on a second. It's not. It's well, if you're looking at Magic
200. Okay, I'm looking at 6 out. Magic Eden has 300K in volume.
Okay,
that's a baby, dude. That's
so on chain though. On chain, if you look at like the cumulative, it's 23 million. Still not. That's not
talking
bad.
About on the exchanges and stuff.
Yeah, but that's what they would be. Except for they would be even bigger. Like the top exchange in the last 24 hours did some like 9 million with Gate.io. Like Binance themselves can 10x that with 100 million.
True.
So that's not it. That it's not the fees. They actually would make more fees by adding Dog Go to the Moon to Coinbase and Binance. I think they're waiting to have that narrative pushed out, like Bitcoin meme coins, like, and then if right now Binance might be able to do 100 million with Dog, but if DeFi is full in effect, like the bull run is here, liquidity is everywhere, then they could do $500 million in Dog Go to the Moon.
Dog's not a DeFi token. Like, I don't understand how Dog gets into
no. Sorry. Bull run mainstream narrative, like onboarding newbies, right? Onboarding newbies, the Robin Hoods, like whenever everybody, like your grandma's asking, they're like, oh, what's the, and then Dog Go to the Moon gets listed. It's a Bitcoin meme coin, and then then they can turn that volume up. I didn't mean I mean like the bull run when everything's going crazy, when people are like buying centralized exchanges everywhere and DeFi. So.
But you got to see the narrative switch as well. I think, you know, Trump did come in and he did pump a meme coin to Valhalla, but I mean the narrative is switching right now from. But a lot of that money came from AI projects. The narrative is switching to AI. I just don't know if these meme coins can really withstand a narrative change.
Well, but that was money that was already here in our space, you know,
Yeah.
and it like literally moves and to one side, and then it goes to another side, and then it goes to. But that's not the money that is like typically here when there's a bull run. There's that money,
Yeah.
which is, you know, like VCs will bring on top, and then there's like the world that says, okay, I miss Bitcoin, I don't want to miss $1 billion cat, or I miss Bitcoin, I don't want to miss dog, I miss Bitcoin, I don't want to miss Trump, or whatever. That's a whole nother amount of money, and VCs come on top of that as well. And now we're not like shifting from AI, which was our money, basically the people that are here every day, to this. Now there's money in all, like multiple sectors, you know what I'm saying? And people are just going crazy, like, you know, and eventually what happens is that pops, right?
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, you're making really good points, 100%. Like you're saying, like the money here now is not going to enter dog, but the money, once it's listed on Binance, stuff like that, the people who are adding money, because we're going to see probably like $1 trillion come into our ecosystem in the next 12 months, right? We have to, in the sense of Bitcoin alone. I mean, that's on the very low end of what's probably going to enter. We're probably going to see multiple trillions of dollars enter the ecosystem, but you're talking about the new money coming in and saying, this is on Bitcoin, potentially, this is why I want to buy it. But at the same time, you know, maybe they don't care about the narrative. Is that what you're saying? They just want to buy something that's on Bitcoin?
well, I think that the narrative would be kind of pushed by like the centralized exchanges a little bit. You know what I mean? Like the Binances, the OKXs, the Coinbase. They would be like Bitcoin meme coins, right? And they're not going to say like, oh, you missed Bitcoin, buy this, but Bitcoin meme coins. And then other people that are kind of in and out of the space will be like, Bitcoin meme coins, that's they're actually on Bitcoin. They might kind of get that going, and then it just be a viral thing, right? And it's not going to just be like runes. It's going to be people looking for something that's cheap now that can turn into the next Bitcoin in their mind, right? And so,
Yeah.
or the next Doge or whatever.
So two things here too. So to me, if you need an exchange listing for a pump, I think you're in big trouble. I truly think that if you can't get new people to come in and adopt Xverse wallets and Unisat wallets and have people from the outside looking in, coming in, that's what we need. We need people from the inside to come in as well as I mean, this exchange stuff. But I don't think you get listed to exchange until you get some utility projects, some utility runes. We have liquidity, but we need a lot more. We need like 6, 7, 8. I think that's when, because people want to speculate, right? You don't want to speculate on a meme coin because you're just hoping that you get listed on exchange and then people buy it. There's nothing there to speculate on. But when you get real assets in here, I think that does help dog and $1 billion cat. Once you do have real assets come in here and say, hey, yeah, we are this, and this is our highest liquidity pool is $1 billion cat and dog go to the moon. Like that would actually interest a lot of people once these tokens are being used in DeFi on chain. You know, and then there's lockup there. So I just think that we need utility projects, utility runes to come in very quickly in the next 3 months to get listed on exchanges.
So there are teams that have TGEs. I know some of them are thinking about pivoting a little bit, but there are teams that have TGEs with runes. But I disagree with your point with one, like dog. Dog is different, I feel like, because if in not every meme coin has been that way to where there has to be utility stuff or liquidity pools on chain or anything like that to get on the centralized exchange and have huge success. The very first meme coin that did well was the perfect example in Doge. You couldn't buy Doge. You know, I bring this up, I know, a lot because it's a fact.
You can though. You can buy it anywhere. You just need a VPN.
Now, but I'm talking about
even back then, you could just have a VPN.
But where would you have bought it? Binance is whenever
FTX, Binance, Gate.io, MEXC.
But the decentralization, you couldn't. There was no like DeFi for Doge. That was the only option, was to put it on centralized exchanges and then become popular. You get what I'm saying? And so that's what dog is in that same exact situation right now because of the limitations of, you know, Bitcoin layer 1, that it could literally follow that same trajectory as Doge is what I'm saying. But because there is innovation being built underneath with the stable coins, with like Hermetica, and let's not forget about Duke. Is it Ducat? Ducat as well,
Yeah.
Ducat,
Stablecoin.
you know, and these other Rune stable coins and the utility side, that helps your argument, you know, to where that could prop it up. But I'm saying that it doesn't necessarily need that, because it could follow the Doge trajectory to where they just grab dog first and take it up there and, you know, really do the marketing with it or whatever.
I think these big meme coin holders, the people who are hoping Billion Dollar Cat and Dog, they need to invest in utility projects. And I think they need, by investing in them, they need to push their narrative as well. Push, hey, we want the Billion Dollar Cat to be number one. Investing in stuff like dot swap and pouring liquidity into that, into a centralized order, that helps, right? Potentially get dot swap listed, and then your coin's going to do really well because you're number one liquidity. That is smart. That is the smartest thing Billion Dollar Cat has ever done. But you need the rest of them to do that as well. If you hold, you know, tokens, you need to invest in these projects and push the utility narrative. Hey, Bitcoin has utility. We're a real ecosystem. Right now, they look at us as a joke. They look at us as a meme coin casino, right? We got to be more than that. We got to look past Casey's vision. And Domo did that originally with Ordinals, and that's why Ordi is listed, and that is why Sats is listed, is because, you know, they buck the norm there, and we need Runes to do the same.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. Like in terms of Billion Dollar Cat, there's like $500,000 of liquidity. That's the most I've seen for sure on dot swap. And then there's $1 million of liquidity for Doggo to the Moon and Bitcoin. So so dot swap is definitely doing a great job with that. It needs to grow though. It needs to grow. So this is actually encouraging to me, because I didn't realize how high it was over here. I know there was posts on my you know, crypto Twitter, that timeline, that were saying, you know, BDC is starting to grow pretty big on dot swap. Now, I really hope that dot swap is going to release on Arch, or, you know, because the centralization of it is the only problem right now. I mean, how big of a problem is it? I don't know, but something needs to happen to where the adoption occurs, right? For these swaps. Something needs to happen to where the adoption occurs. And I don't know if that means going to Arch as well and having a decentralized version of it, kind of like Runes Dex is doing, right? But one thing too, I would say, is if these Dex project founders, protocol founders, or builders are listening, you guys need to talk to each other and really talk about liquidity, because that is a problem, the fragmentation right now. And if you guys can really be like, hey, look, man, you guys have more Doggo to the Moon. Can my users earn by, you know, creating liquidity pool on your DEX? We have more BDC. Maybe you can earn on our DEX, or some sort of, like, you know, collaboration to make it work. Because this is definitely encouraging to see, because I don't think I've seen liquidity pool at $1 million for any Bitcoin layer 1 fungible token standards in a swap like this format. So
yeah, 100%. And to your point though, you know, Liquidium and Xverse, they've both become aggregators using Sats terminal. So now I think it's okay for Billion Dollar Cat to have, you know, all this liquidity on dot swap, Dog to have all this liquidity on what's it, Runes Dex, and many other ones, right? And I think that's good, especially because Liquidium is the #1 DeFi protocol, and I think we need to get together as a community and push Liquidium. We need to push Liquidium to success, like $100 million market cap. We need to do that, because that's going to bring up the entire ecosystem, especially the memes. And Liquidium's doing it, Xverse is doing it. You know, Xverse needs to drop a token, and that we need to push that one. We need to push our utility to areas where we cannot be ignored, and that'll pump the memes. And you're going to see a fluid token. You're going to see, like you said, you know, we're going to have BitPerp token and BitBTC and Emblem Vault, and, you know, we're going to see a lot more. But we need to push all utility tokens, and I think that'll benefit everything else.
Yeah. I mean, Dog has about 400K liquidity on Runes Dex, and then you have $1 million on dot swap, so that's 1.4 million right there. Yeah. If Runes Dex can get to $1 million, that would be a big win for Dog to have 2 different locations, right? And then we don't know what Saturn's going to have. I think Saturn's liquidity pool setup is very interesting, the way they're doing it. But the way they're doing it is actually encouraging more liquidity to come in, which I think is brilliant because you have kind of like these 3 different levels of earning with your liquidity pools. So there's a lot of stuff that's coming, man. You know what I mean? And it's easy not to really dive into our ecosystem right now, but you should if you're listening in,
100%.
just to see what is here and what is to come.
Yep. And shout out to PJNZ. He sent me this from our good guy and friend, Superfan. Kind of want to bring this to some light here. So this is a tweet from him. He says, I'm all the way up. Big Noodle and Superfan will be posting lots of updates about our GPU depend built for AI and our secured agentic platform in the upcoming weeks. Here's an intro video with cameo appearances from our Ordinals project heroes and fan service for the OG holders, AI agents, and he hashtags a bunch of stuff. He did tag us in this. I don't know why I didn't see this, but this is absolutely awesome. Shout out to Superfan, doing big things, man. And this right here just gets me so bullish. Right? Depend built for AI. I mean, if the narrative, if you didn't hit every hot narrative right now in one sentence, I don't know. I don't know how else you would do it. But shout out to Superfan, man, and Big Noodle.
Yep. He's man, that guy's crushing it, and I think he's the perfect guy to kind of lead the way over here with that type of AI, offering.
Yep. So shout out to you. Yeah, always, man. We appreciate you, Superfan, and everything you do for the ecosystem. One of the few builders who are building for innovation and not just meme coins. Shout out to you for sure. But yeah, man. I think it's time for us to jump into a quick market update before we get into the next thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So we're on the 1 day here. Dog down 2%, Pups up 15%, Billion Dollar Cat up 4%, and Rune Coin down 8%, while Cypher is up 13%. So this is your big 5 right now: Dog, Pups, BDC, Rune Coin, and Cypher. What do you think about this market action right now, and how are you feeling about Runes?
Definitely feel better about Runes, right? Because there's more of a more interaction, activity, and stuff happening. But will it have the continued momentum? I'm not sure. We need to probably have I feel like we need to have alt season kind of really kick off. Honestly, like that's what I think we're waiting on. Either Bitcoin needs to jump to 120 and some profits will trickle down there, or Ethereum needs to take off, and then hopefully our asset class will also benefit from that. Now, besides that, like it was good to see like some news happen and a collection be dropped in our space, and it was like there was a little bit of a heat. And when we start to see that kind of stuff, it's like the little breadcrumbs of a start of a kick back up. So that's what I'm hoping happens here.
Yeah.
I don't think DK Shark would have launched that if he didn't think the timing was good.
He didn't launch anything though. He saw one V-byte and decided to take advantage of that, right? So he didn't launch anything. He didn't say anything about it. Not like there's no mint, there's nothing. There's no information on anything. Maybe there is in the where you need OMB and stuff like that. Maybe they know. But as of right now, he's not tweeting anything. He's not doing things. We have no idea these things, but he's taking advantage of really, really low on-chain value, which is very cheap.
Yeah, but also, it could be a sign that something's to come, obviously, right? Like,
well, yeah, they're definitely dropping the white eyes. That's been rumored forever, but now it's official. I guess we can put a stamp on that saying that that's going to happen. But that's like the only thing I got from that. And I just wish the fake news that happened over the weekend about Runes was real. But it was stuff from that back in December, and it was basically saying they're being looked at for futures listings, and we're a month later and we still haven't seen anything.
Yeah, well, that voting's not done yet. That's why.
Yeah. Does it have a date of the voting?
I'm not sure, but I know it's active right now. I could vote right now if I wanted to, right? So, but I don't blame the community for that though. Maybe some of the bigger accounts that should dive deeper. Yes. But like the regular dog community and stuff, no, because like I think that they just got excited from a 4-hour old article that was written by a reputable publication, and said, hell yeah, this is awesome. So if the space benefited because of that, then awesome. But like, so if there's a little bit of a pullback, oh well, now we know why. But it's not
wrecking the people who bought it.
Well, not really, because Dog's only down 2%.
But if we don't see anything news happen from Binance in the next two weeks, this is going to keep dropping, right? So I mean, that's the problem. I mean, I hope not. I don't think it will, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to see people get wrecked because people like Leonidas, people like what's his name, Dan from Cardano, and a couple other people as well posted this fake news, old news,
not fake news.
Well, old news,
Yeah.
severely old news, and about futures, and basically coming out.
Not that old, a month old, like compared to like 6 months would be severely old, or 4 months.
To me, that's in our space, dude, a week is old. If you give me news from last week, I'm like, this is bullshit.
I know
right?
it's old. It's old news. I'm not saying that, but I think you're definitely being too hard on it.
Took me 5 seconds, 5 seconds to figure this out. I did 5 seconds of research, and I figured that everything out very quickly. And I just feel like these bigger influencers in the space need to start doing research before they put stuff out like that, especially if they're gonna put their name on it. And I definitely blame the larger guys for sure. So, and Petty as well. Petty posted it from Runes. I think Runes Terminal or something, or BT. I forget what he's from, but yeah. But yeah, man, this is the so Cypher Genesis, bullish on Plutoji, bullish on AI, bullish on this. I think this is the one that I'm potentially going to get into. So I'm just waiting for a little bit more of a pullback. I think it does come. I would love to get in like 4 to 3 million. But then you have Liquidium, which is a utility play. Definitely, I think we need to get together as a community and pump the shit out of this, because they're actually building a real product. No, they are. They deserve it. They're building a real product here, and it's phenomenal. And then obviously Fluid when they drop as well. But I don't see any other utility plays. Bank, I think we should. I mean, they just burnt 75% of the supply. I mean, that deserves a pump here, and much more. I mean, I don't really see any other utility plays here. But is Mr. Yen a utility? I think Mr. Yen's a utility.
Well, because he's a businessman. Is that why?
Yeah, the utility of being a businessman.
I mean, I think Mr. Yen is the super meme of our space, but I think he's gonna pump whenever like everything else pumps, right? Everything else needs to go, and then the crazy memes, the cult like memes will go. But until then, yeah. But look, that was. I think it was good to get a bit of a breather, though, even if that article was, had some outdated information on it by a month and a half or whatever. I think it was good. I actually think the space needed it. And then look, if you bought in at that point and like you were expecting to flip right now, then you weren't in it for like the community anyways. So you get what I'm saying? So like if you say, oh, well, then everybody dumped on them. No, I don't look at it like that. I look at it like, if you are trying to get out like in a week because of an article in and out, then you did it wrong, first of all, because then you probably should have got in and out that day. And if you stayed and now you're mad, that's a you problem, in my opinion, because you also didn't do the research. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, it only took me 5 seconds to figure out that this was old. And just all I did was add it to ChatGPT and say, "Yo, where was this article found?" And it gave me the date. And I'm like, "Oh wow, that's 5 seconds, copy and paste, guys." Like, there's no reason not to use ChatGPT and figure out exactly when the article, from Binance Square was created. And it just didn't look right. It looked, it just didn't look right to me at all. And then, but you got to remember too, is like a lot of people use that as probably exit liquidity. People to come in so I can exit. I want to get out of this position. I don't want to sell it here, but 50% up, I want to sell it at. And that's, you could see that as well.
I don't think it went up 50%, did it?
It did in one day. Yeah, it's back down now, but it did.
Well, it's down 2%. Dog.
No, dog was 14. I'm talking about $1 Billion Cat and pups.
Well, that $1 Billion Cat's
the
only
top
down.
three.
It's only down 4.8%, and then pups is up 30.7%. So the dump that you're talking about hasn't happened.
No, it definitely down from where it was originally Sunday.
When that first came out on Monday. I think like $1 Billion Cat was at 48 million. It's at 43.56. So that dump hasn't happened. Dog, if anything, is down the most, and it's down like 16% on a 7-day range. So
Yep. Pump utility, guys. Pump utility. But speaking of utility, today is Wednesday. So every Wednesday, we like to cover one of our partners here. And that partner today is the great guys at Wager Wednesday. BetBTC, the website is betbtc.win. They're going to be one of the leading places to take predictions. If you guys have a prediction, if you think the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl, like I do, you can go here and you can take that. But they do have a lot of Bitcoin related predictions that nowhere else has. So if you guys want to come here, you can come here. They have stuff here up top here, Taproot Wizards. They got predictions for that. And maybe they don't, not for that one, but I know they have some for Gizmo. There we go. Will Gizmo, the imaginary kitten, reach a market cap of 100 million? And when is that? You got to make sure you check that date, because I think they will reach 100 million. I just don't know if it's going to be
tomorrow
next year. Yeah, Q1. It's not going to happen Q1. So all you got to do, if you're like me and you don't think it's going to happen in Q1, you'll come here, you'll put your $1 or how many you want to do, and you can just swipe right. And what that's going to do, that's not only going to place that bet for me, and if I win money, but I go to the leaderboard here. Profile. Where's the leaderboard?
It's at the bottom.
Yep. So you go to leaderboard, and then you can see PJ. Oh, Webdro got me. Webdro. Bro, I thought we were boys. Damn, these dudes are murking me in points now. Yo, shout out to you guys, man. Almost doubled my points. You guys are legends. And look how much money.
I know.
$1,400. You guys are around $300. This is crazy. But shout out to you guys, man. This is how you farm, guys. This is how you farm for points. Every single one of you guys should be doing this, because we heard some bullish stuff this morning. We can't say right now, but you're going to want this airdrop. You're going to want this airdrop. It's going to be massive.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe we can walk them through how to set up an account. It's real simple, right?
Yeah, super simple. So basically, all you want to do is let me sign out, and it's going to take you to the main page here, where you can just come to the main page, btc.win, and hit sign up, and then you're going to choose a username, whatever you want it to be, and then you'll referral code. I don't really have a referral code. Don't really worry about that. But then you'll connect with your experts here. I'm already connected, so I don't know if it's going to work for me. But it's very simple. You come here, you'll just connect your wallet just like that, and it'll take you to the sign up page. It's very simple. Sign in, sign, and it might give me an error because I'm already I already have an account. No, okay, cool. It's basically just like that. It's exactly like that. Super simple, super easy. These guys dummy proofed it, especially for people like me who sometimes I need a little help, a little walkthrough. But yeah, it's really simple, really easy, and you can come here. And then if you guys wanted to, so immediately, once you sign up, that wallet is automatically eligible for an airdrop. It might be a good idea to do multiple wallets, guys.
Yeah, 50 points. You get 50
you
points.
Exactly. You immediately go to the leaderboard. You will be listed, and you'll immediately come to the end here, and you'll probably be back here. And if you go to this one here, probably a little easier to say. But all these people are eligible for airdrop. They did nothing. They added no money. They did nothing, but they're going to get airdrops. Come on, guys. Get over here. Multiple wallets if you need to. Get this airdrop. Get these coins. And then if you want to get more coins, because obviously PJ&Z is going to get the biggest airdrop. But all you got to do is put $300 in and do $1 trades. That's all he did. So do that. But shout out to you guys, man.
Look at his comment there. I love it.
First is first. Nice try, Webdro. I love you guys, man. I love the competition. The competition in the Ordinal Revolution community is top notch, guys.
Yeah, Webdro comes back and says, at PJ&Z, I'll have to deposit to catch you. Man, yeah, the competition is definitely, I love that about our community. It's probably something contagious, from the show, but like you guys are definitely on top of it. I'll tell you that. But man, they really leapfrogged you, man. Like it wasn't that close, and now you're pretty far ahead in number 4, but like number 1 and 2, they're neck and neck, but then they got a 2,000 point gap between you. And I'll talk about me. I'm on the second page, but still, I'm making that. I think I'm the second page.
Let's call our community here. PJ&Z in the first spot, Webdro in 2 spots, Shizzy in the 3rd spot, Tim Baker in the 5th spot. Tim Baker, he's competitive, bro. He's gonna get that number 1 spot. I got a feeling. Then we have Ethereum Dad, one of our community members, and Yasher, community member. I walk alone. That's what amazing guy. He's a community member. No is here. Rick, you got our whole community in here, guys. You guys are going to be very happy with this airdrop. I promise you, you're going to be very happy with it. And then Yagobi in a sad 17. Yeah, get out of that 17 hole, bro. No. It's all good. But you're going to get an airdrop. And that's the best part. Just get on that 1st, 2nd, 3rd page. But even if you just want to sign up, if you're broke and you have no money, This is easy. You just sign up. You're going to get the airdrop. I promise you it'll be lucrative too. Promise you. Sign up, guys. Sign up today. Everything you need is at betbtc.win. You come up here. You don't even need a bet. Just add an account. Add multiple accounts. Create multiple accounts. Sign in. And that's how you farm, guys. That's it.
Yep. And you know, we meet with these guys every week, and the stuff that's coming to their platform is amazing.
I want to talk about it.
About it. Well, we should be able to here in the next couple of days, maybe Monday of next week. But a new feature that's going to definitely bring more interaction, and then another new feature probably at the end of this month, maybe early next month. That's my favorite one. I actually can mention that one, and that's the create your own markets. That one is going to really appeal to the people that are good at their social media following and creating solid markets, for people to actually place bets on, and you can earn on that. So,
and you guys, if you guys want easy money, all you got to do is come here and bet yes on the Eagles win the Super Bowl, and you will probably win tons of money. I'm gonna just do it one more time here, and you'll probably win tons of money. Just bet on the Eagles.
You need the other side too. I would
say this is all bet on
bet no, take his money. Bet no. I'm just kidding.
But if you want to take my money, I am the reason why this thing is at 76%. But if you don't think the Eagles are going to Super Bowl, bet against me. Bet no, and we will see who wins. I would love to see. And let me know if you do. Is it
win the Super Bowl or go to the Super Bowl?
Win.
Okay.
Who will win the 2024-25 NFL Super Bowl? And it's the Philadelphia Eagles, baby. We got Saquon Barkley. We're just too big to lose right now. So, but shout out to BTC.win and everything these guys are building over there. But guys, just because they have a predictions market, they're not stop building. They're going to building something really cool. And I'm going to say it. I don't care. They're building something potential AI. So this is definitely a coin that you're going to want to get. And just by signing up, just by doing what I showed you guys, potentially down the line, you're gonna get this airdrop, and this could be $100 million token. You talk prediction market, you talk AI. It's not financial advice, but at the end of the day, all you're doing is your time, right? You're signing in with a wallet. So,
yep, exactly. Well, that kind of wraps up the show there. We are at the end of our time here, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys, 253 of y'all watching us and supporting us. So we hope you learned something from the show today. That's our main objective. And if you wouldn't mind checking out our partners, we would greatly appreciate it. Emblem Vault is building the interoperability tool for the Bitcoin Layer 1 asset class, starting with Ordinals. You're going to be able to jump your puppets from Bitcoin to Abstract. That's a big one. To Merlin, to Base, to Ethereum, to Bob, a bunch of EVM chains, the very first cohort, and then they're going to start working on Solana as well and some other stuff. But they also have their Bitcoin AI wallet product that they're going to be integrating and working with Cypher Genesis, by the way, Butoshi, on that. So that should be really, really exciting. And they also have a Rune TGE in September of this year, and you can actually pick up the NFT, which holds the keys to those runes for TGE on OpenSea. We'll give you guys more details about that very soon. But you can learn more about them at emblem.vision. And then BetBTC, we just talked about these guys utilizing ICP and Bitcoin technology to create a marketplace that you guys can place bets on. All you need is an Xverse wallet and some Bitcoin, and it takes 6 blocks, and you can start placing bets right away. Their new feature that's going to be coming probably in February is the create your own markets. You're going to be able to earn up to 1.5% on the total volume of bets placed. So it's going to be really, really fun, a way for people to kind of do a side thing, right? Or maybe main thing if you're have a great following and to where you can get a lot of people to place bets. But you can learn more at betbtc.win. And then BitPerp is the perps and leverage DEX of the Bitcoin ecosystem. They will have synthetic Bitcoin runes for you guys to be able to place, long or short positions on. 1,000x is coming, I believe. Oh, I leaked that out. I shouldn't have probably. But anyways, coming very, very soon. For their main net. But you can learn more at bitperp.io. And Fluid Tokens, the first to offer retail staking vaults on Bitcoin Layer 1. Amazing devs, man. If you are a founder of an ordinal collection, or you etched a rune and you want your holders to be able to stake on Bitcoin Layer 1 to earn more assets, reach out to Raul from Fluid Tokens. He is the CTO. If you can't get connected to him, reach out to us. We'll get you guys hooked up. Go to fluidtokens.com and click on the Bitcoin icon to learn more about the Bitcoin product offering there. And then Merlin Chain, your #1 scaling solution for Bitcoin native L1 assets and protocols. If you are a builder on a Bitcoin layer 1 and you want your protocol to be a bit more flexible, a bit more seamless and fast, then reach out to their team and apply for a Merlin Chain grant. They have great builder support. We've seen it firsthand. And if you are a retail user and you want to use something similar to Uniswap, they have merlinswap.org, which you can trade for DAO Go to the Moon runes, synthetic version of that on their swap. And then don't forget about our integrated partners in Foxy, building the metaverse in Bitcoin called the Bitverse, and their first-person shooter game called Clan Wars. I think we're going to have something set up this very soon for you guys to kind of showcase that. So stay tuned on that. And then Ordinal Hive, the aggregator Ordinal marketplace for Bitcoin L1 and L2. You're going to be able to find the cheapest Ordinals around at Ordinal Hive, and they're going to have some amazing trader tools and features. So make sure you're paying attention to them as well.
Yep. Great job, man. I'll shout out our guy Mark from Launch Punks in the building. Smash up the likes, guys. Yeah, so on your way out, guys, please smash the likes. It helps the show. Thank you, Mark. But guys, if you have a few more minutes, wouldn't mind checking out ordinalrevolution.com. We have some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone just entering a space, send them our website. We really feel like it can help them get started and caught up to where we are today. If you guys need a VPN, we have the best VPN. That's Nord, 70% off coupon. Come here, click that link. It'll take you to the Nord site, and then you guys will be eligible for that. It's $3 a month, guys. There's no reason not to have a VPN. You're going to these sites, you're giving them your IP, giving them your address. It's not safe. It's stupid. It really is stupid. Use a VPN. If it's not Nord, get another one. I don't care what it is, but get a VPN, guys. And then if you guys are going to Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be absolutely insane because we're all going to feel very rich. If we're not feeling rich in May, I'm just going to get a job. No, I'm just joking. But I got a feeling we're going to feel very rich in May, and this is going to be a great event. So get your tickets here. Do not wait till May. They're going to be 10x the price they are now. So don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Buy with Bitcoin as well. You can do that there. And if you guys need merch, we have some of the best merch in all of crypto, not just ordinals. Check out everything at ordinalrevolution.com. Hats, hoodies, shirts, and much, much more, guys. Check it all out here. But, guys, we are live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 4 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. And until tomorrow.
Peace.
We OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Man, pool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls. Bet I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.